Now let's start off with the module 2, which is what is n8n and why it's powerful. So this is basically about exploring why we are choosing n8n over other products, how n8n would help you out, and kind of a brief intro about it. So what is n8n? N8n is a no-code or low-code automation tool that lets you connect apps, APIs, and data without writing complex codes. As it says, without knowing coding, right, you can automate stuff and you can connect different apps, you can connect different APIs, you can upload and download data, you can write data, present data, send text, send copy, lots and lots of things. Basically an aggregator of all those tools so that you can build your own automations without you knowing to code in, let's say, Python, LangChain, LangGraph, or whatever. It helps you automate repetitive tasks, save time, and reduce manual errors in your daily workflows. Create connections between your favorite tools and build automated workflows visually with a drag and drop interface. I think that is the best and beautiful part about n8n, which I love. I know that AI automations are developed by using code. You have to connect lots and lots of things using code and all. But yeah, n8n makes it so easy because you just have to drag and drop the tool. Rest, everything n8n takes care. How does n8n stands out? It's possible to self-host it. You run it on your own server or you use their cloud version, whichever you think is more suitable to your needs, right? It has 300 plus pre-built those popular tools like Google Sheets, Airtable, Slack, and much more. Believe me, the native community nodes which n8n provide is the best thing. Don't worry, I'll show you everything. This second module is just kind of giving you an overview. You do not need to figure out everything right now. Everything would be covered in the upcoming modules. So yeah, just fluently keep going through. Just listen to what I'm speaking. Keep in mind, you don't need to understand every word right now. Eventually, by the end of this, you will understand everything. So it has built-in support for custom API calls to connect to almost any app. Scalable from small workflows to complex automation systems, and then of course advanced AI integrations capable for intelligent workflow automations. That is the best part. So now n8n versus other tools, which is of course Zapier, Make.com, and n8n. It's a small comparison table. How I have also experienced these tools, and then I've been working with n8n for quite a while now. So kind of I'm very comfortably able to differentiate and choose n8n. These are some logical reasons, but yeah, you can try out working on all of these. But at the end of the day, I firmly believe that right now you'll like n8n. So yeah. Zapier, it's very simple, very easy to start. You can directly put in the sheets, tools, and everything. You can simply connect it with your authorizations and all to be done. Then the moment that these are connected, Zapier has different app integrations also involved into it. It's very simple, very easy to start. But the problem is it has limited amount of customizations possible on Zapier, right? At least how I have experienced it, you'll have to buy a premium model of that or take a paid subscription in order to create more number of workflows or more nodes in a workflow, right? It generally takes 2 nodes only in the free subscription, right? Whereas this is one of the best things in n8n. And if you self-host it, it's infinite, it's completely free. There's no limit to it, right? So yeah. Make.com, of course, it has a great visual workflow builder. This was the go-to tool before n8n came into play, and it has data mapping capabilities. The one thing that which I have experienced with Make is it does not have native AI elements as strong as n8n. You'd of course eventually get what I mean by native AI elements. Basically means that the bringing in of LLMs, right? Those open AI, chat GPTs, DeepSeek and all. If I want to bring in those LLMs here in make.com and use it in n8n, it's much more convenient in n8n. So native AI elements is one of the biggest factors which I have felt there, right? But yeah, it's of course less flexible with custom APIs. And of course, there's no self-hosting option. But yeah, n8n, it's open source, it's flexible, gives you self-hosting options. You can also do cloud options, and it supports complex logic and works with any API. Believe me, this word API, it's gonna be a trump card in your n8n journey. Definitely tell you how in the upcoming modules and courses. A real life automation example, right? This is a very simple automation workflow, and we have already started diving in. Okay, so definitely start taking notes, start opening your brain, and keep on asking any question that you want to on DMs on the community. We'd love to help you out. We'd love to answer. How it works is basically there are 3 types of nodes in any automation which you are trying to do. First is, of course, the trigger. A trigger is the node which starts off when new data arrives. You don't need to right now know exactly what these are. We'll of course dive into very in-depth knowledge of what these words mean or what these nodes mean. What you need to understand right now is that this box that you're saying, this is a node. Okay, a node basically in n8n, any block that you're bringing in, it is denoted as a node, and a node has its own dedicated feature or an action which it can perform. So this is one of the first nodes that you would have to put in any automation that you're building, which is trigger node. Trigger means what we call it in a gun, right? The moment that you click on the trigger, the automation fires, so the bullet fires, right? So that's the trigger. Okay, so trigger is what starts any automation. It could start by you manually clicking it, like this one is a manual click trigger. It can start with a chat trigger, it can start with a webhook trigger. There's a different types of trigger, we'll dive into it. But yeah, the first thing that you need to know in any automation is that there is a trigger node. Next, then there is, once you start off with a trigger node, then there's data processing nodes. Okay, so these are multiple nodes which you can combine, which you can put in together, and all of these combined would process your entire data, and you would be able to make something out of it, right? So for example, in this you can see that there is an edit fields data processing node. So this is where this arrow takes the data to this node once the automation is triggered, and this node now it will perform its own individual function into it, whatever function we'll ask it to do, right? And then of course it will move forward to the next node, which is the Google Sheet nodes, which would provide the output. So this is the same thing which I've just told, that it's a trigger node, data flows through processing nodes, then business logic transforms information, whatever logic we want to put in here, it would transform the info, and then of course output is delivered to the destination. In this case, what destination we are keeping is, we are keeping it as the Google Sheet, right? So in the Google Sheet, we want the output to be present, right? You can keep it anything, you can keep Airtable, you can keep Google Docs, whatever you want, right? Your own CRM options. There's a lot of output options that you want to put. Any node can act as an output. It's totally up to you. In this case, it's a very simple real life automation. The moment it triggers, it goes to the edit fields, it goes to the next node. Pro tip, this workflow can be adapted for multiple use cases by changing the data sources and destination nodes. Try building at least this simple workflow.